Conversation with the Self in Verse by Dr. Gulab Kothari, and it will be conducted by S.L. Gandhi, Debashri Kalanath Shastri, and Praveen Nahata. Can I please have all of them on stage, please? Can we please welcome them with a big round of applause?
With warm wishes on India's 69th Republic Day today, I welcome all of you this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, in this session to witness the release of book, Oh My Mind, written by Professor Gulab Kothari. The valid proof of our existence is our mind, but the mind is so fickle that we can hardly catch it. The book, Oh My Mind, by Professor Gulab Kothari is a poetic attempt to know the mind in its different shades. Professor Gulab Kothari is the chief editor of Rajasthan Patrika group of newspapers and is one of the most celebrated and versatile journalists of India. A sensitive writer and a versatile journalist of Ved Vigyan, he has authored more than 50 books on various aspects of human life. Professor Gulab Kothari is the only editor in the country who has been honored by Bharatiya Gyanpeeth Murti Devi Award for his masterpiece literary work, Main Hi Radha, Main Hi Krishna. Now for the book release, we have two distinguished guests among us today, Professor S.L. Gandhi and Debashri Kalanath Shastri. Please give them a warm round of applause. Professor Gandhi is International President of Anuvibha. He is the organizer of international conferences for peace and non-violent actions, and he has traveled extensively all over the world. May I now request him to kindly say a few words about the author and the book. S.L. Gandhi.
It's a matter of great joy for me to introduce Dr. Gulab Kothari, who is not only a journalist, but I consider him a great literature, a poet. The book entitled Re Manware is a conversation with the self. Dr. Kothari talks to himself and portrays the evils of society. I am reminded of the two very famous poems by Shylock and by Keats. Keats addresses Nightingale to talk of the suffering of the world. This world is full of suffering, and there are other poems as well where people address a bird, a tree, and talk of the immense suffering they undergo. Dr. Kothari does not talk of the suffering of the world, but he talks of the degeneration of values in society. And while addressing himself, he does not castigate anybody in the society. He talks to himself and says, "Whither are you?" He addresses his mind, the inner self. That is, he talks of his own degeneration. Indirectly, that refers to the degeneration of values in society. That is, the man has deviated from the path of virtue and the Vedic path, the path of basic ethical values. So the entire conversation, this poem, is a long narrative. There are about 100 pieces of poetry in which he talks about the world, about the various aspects of human degeneration and decadence of values. So Dr. Kothari is a many-splendored genius, and I can say that this is an original poem full of realities of the world. The way the person has deserted the basic Vedic values and the way he has reached the nadir of decadence. He has beautifully portrayed all these aspects while talking to himself. It's a very different poem. He does not do it directly, but he talks of all the evils that dominate human society, and the reason is that the man has deviated from Vedic values, which alone can bring joy in your life. This is the gist of the poem that I have introduced. Thank you.
We also have among us Kalana Shastri ji, and before he speaks out his mind, let me take a few moments to introduce him. Devashri Kalana Shastri is a renowned Sanskrit scholar. He is an Indologist and a prolific writer of Sanskrit, Hindi, and English, and a well-known linguist who has contributed to the campaign of evolving technical terminology in Indian languages. He is a literary historian, a critic, and a commentator. He has contributed over 1,000 articles in reputed journals and has written over 24 books in Sanskrit, Hindi, and English. He is also known as a fiction writer who has introduced a modern idiom in creative Sanskrit writings through his novels, short stories, and essays. He was the chairman of Rajasthan Sanskrit Academy and director of Sanskrit education in Rajasthan. He has taught English languages and literature in the postgraduate colleges of university for 8 years, and he retired as the director of Official Language Department, Government of Rajasthan. He is the recipient of many prestigious awards, including President Award and Sahitya Academy Award. May I now request Mr. Shastri to say a few words about the book.
My learned friends, we are witnessing the launching of a very peculiar kind of book, a book of poetry translated from Hindi into English by Dr. S.L. Gandhi, who has just spoken to you. I need not say much about the book, but the genre of the book is blank verse. This is a translation of the book named Re Manwa Mere. I think those who know a little of Hindi, they know what is man, what is manwa, what is manas. Just as you have heard, it's an interface with self. He is talking to himself. I think those who are in India must have known a very popular broadcast by the Prime Minister, Man Ki Baat. I think you have heard, quite a few of you should have heard it. There is not Man Ki Baat. Suppose now this is Man Se Baat. Man Ki Baat he says, whatever he thinks he says, but this is what an interface with oneself, interface with manwa, not man, not manas. As Dr. Gandhi has introduced, Gulab Kothari has written a lot of books about Vedic science, about the spirituality, about Upanishadic thinking of India, about the spirituality. He has written a book, Stepping Stones to Spirituality. He doesn't talk about spirituality in this book. He talks manwa. Why manwa? Now this is, Mr. Gandhi should have faced a little difficulty in translating. Man, manwa and manas, these are three different things. Man, in the Vedic psychology, in the Vedic science, man is the universal conscience, which is a very big thing. Mera man nahi manta, this is not the thing. So man there is a little different. Manas is human mind, manas is human conscience, human wishes, wills. That's a different thing. That is manas. This is manva. What he talks to himself, and this covers a very vast panorama, as you have heard, because he talks about the tyrannies of politics. He talks about the social evils. He talks about disrupting families in India. So many things which he sees in the world, he talks to himself, then he expresses. He expresses in Hindi. 5 years back, the book was published, Re Manwa Mere. Now, Mr. Gandhi has translated it into Oh My Mind, which is being launched today. Now, this is a typical kind of genre. And I may inform you that because it is a stream of consciousness, it is just in the stream of writing, he didn't have chapterization in it. He didn't have any caption on any one of the poems or the portions of poems. But Mr. Gandhi has done one good thing. He has distributed into 100, this is a century of poems, 1, 2, 3. So this type of chapterization has been done in the English translation, which is the speciality of the book being launched today. Now, this is Man Se Baat, and as you have heard of a journalist who is a luminary, very bold, courageous writer. He slashes the tyrannies of politics. He doesn't fear in arguing against whatever is done by the politicians, by even the executive. He says the truth, and the truths are recorded in this book, Oh My Mind. And because he talks to himself, the style is very easy, fluent, and mellifluous. Now, this is the genre which is being introduced today to you, which is being launched today.
Professor Gulab Kothari is out of Jaipur on his literary pursuits, and we have an audio-visual presentation in which he speaks out about his book. So let's have a quick look.
Namaskar. I welcome you all to the release of my book, Oh My Mind. Vedas have declared, Aham Brahmasmi, I am the God. And the real aim of this life is the self-realization, to find out where is the God, how I am is the God. This means to know yourself, to know the soul content of your life. And this is possible only through introspection. You know, the Lord Krishna has said, Mamaya vansha jiv loke, jiv bhuta sanatana. I am there in the heart of every creature of the universe. And that means through introspection, I have to look for it. He also said that whenever Dharma is under attack or threatened by the evil forces of the society, I always reincarnate. Yada yada ya dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Now this introspection will give you an opportunity to see what this reincarnation means to us. When you are ready for soul searching, you will find you are the reincarnation of Lord Krishna in the form of your own. And that's where you say, I am Brahmasmi. And the way to reach this level of knowing the Krishna image of your own self, there is only one way, and that is talking to the self. Communicating, having a dialogue with your own self. खुद से बात करो, खुद के बारे में बात करो, तब हमको पता लगेगा कि हम क्या हैं। उसके बिना दुनिया की कोई सूचना, कोई जानकारी, कोई ज्ञान हमारे काम नहीं आ सकता। यही दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टू look for. The book which is being launched today, Oh My Mind, is also a collection of my dialogues with myself in a moment of solitude or in silence. You will realize that my personal experiences through this book becomes universal experiences. With the time and practice, you can develop and inculcate your Krishna image to fight the evils in the society or in your own personal life. I mean, you can also look yourself to replace the sun or the Arjuna, the original recipients of Gita messages directly from the Krishna. And this is what Oh My Mind takes you to. I wish when you read or go through the pages of this book, you will travel along with me. You will feel that you are talking to yourself. And if I can inspire the reader to through this introspection, and he can proceed ahead, march forward to see his own image or Krishna image in his own heart, I think all my efforts will be deemed fulfilled. Thank you. Namaskar.
I will now request both the distinguished personalities to kindly release the book. The dummy has to be presented by the dummy is here? Okay. With this release, I would now like to extend my sincere gratitude to each one of you for being present in this session and witnessing the book release ceremony. Thanks is also due to our worthy guests who have spared their valuable time for this occasion. Once again, a big thank you. I would also like to inform you that 50 free copies for the readers are available in Patrika headquarters, Kesargarh, from Monday onwards on first come, first serve basis. Those who are interested, they can come to our office and collect their copy of Oh My Mind. Thank you very much.